The West has been severely affected by the terrorist attacks in the last 3 years. 39 attacks, 361 dead, 1568 wounded. No country is spared. Charlie Hebdo, Hyper Cacher, Bataclan, France, Copenhagen, Brussels, Charleroi, Nice, Moscow, Berlin, St. Petersburg, Stockholm, Manchester, London, Hamburg, and recently Barcelona, Cambridge, and Turkey in Finland. Anti-terrorist measures are welcomed, but the Western world must work to eradicate the source of the expansion of the ideology of death. The war on terrorism will not be achieved only by arms and the number of policemen, but above all by modification of religious thought and ideology. To do this, the West must accompany the measures of Al-Azhar, the Rome of Islam, the highest authority of Sunni Islam. Al-Azhar is unable to respond to Egyptian President Sisi request to reform religious education and avoid exporting extremist ideologies. One of Al-Azhar's responses is his recent proposal of a bill against hatred. This is not an effective measure. Creating more laws will divert attention to futile discussions. Any pretext of freedom of expression, creativity, information will not escape from this law if adopted. The law pretends to protect society from attempts to inculcate false idea of religion that incite hatred and discrimination, but at the same time prevents discussion in public debate, in the media, or on any controversial doctrinal issues. At first sight, it appears as a serious attempt to counter extremist ideology, but it isn't, because the Egyptian constitution provides for all these ideas, because the provisions do not condemn ISIS, but they restrict the freedom of opinion, creativity, and the debate on Islamic heritage and the religious discourse. This bill, together with other articles added to the penal code that innovators, thinkers, and researchers call for their repeal, concern blasphemy and contempt of religions. Al-Azhar must immediately begin to change its programs and modify its teaching manuals, which contain hundreds of facts on which extremists refer for their ideas and terrorist plans. In conclusion, the West and the countries of the OSCE should encourage Al-Azhar. This should not be limited to listening to its invited representative in Europe, which is translated only by unnecessary speeches on tolerance, photos, interviews, and declarations. This encouragement can be realized by cooperation, by forming a serious commission to follow up the religious reform demanded by the Egyptian people through a clear request of the President of Egypt. Changes must be concrete, with measurable effects that will have a direct impact for halting terrorism in the West. Thank you.
Thank you very much.